Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hello. Come and join us. We've got some fun things planned for today, so we're pretty excited. And I have a special guest with us. So as soon as others join us, we will get started on our little venture. Hi, welcome. Hi, Kendra. Wave to Kendra. Hi.
Hi, baby girl.
Welcome. Welcome, welcome. If you see the live red button up there, or over there, I think it is, that means we're live. If you don't see that, we're in a replay, so hit pound replay if you're watching. And as we're doing work and stuff, if you're asking questions, I may not see them. I'll do my best. I do have something next to me to kind of catch comments too. But otherwise, I'll go back through and answer your questions. We have a special guest with us here today. And so it was on the other side, that way. We have a special guest with us today. We have my mom, Janice. And I'm Christy with Uncommon Necessities. And we have a shop here in the Town Square Mall. And we have all sorts of things from Iron Orchid Design products, Chalk Bell, Dixie Belle chalk paint, Dixie Belle chalk paint. Happy Saturday, everyone. Welcome, Shell. I'm glad you could join us as well. And all sorts of home goods. We have soaps, we have candles, all sorts of things. And then we have a bunch of products that are made by my lovely mother here. So she has all sorts of things like notebooks and lanyards and keychain holders and badge holders, and so all sorts of things like that.
Great things.
All sorts of great things. So I'm glad all of you could join us today. I am so happy. Hope your Saturday is going well. Like I said, we're down here. We've got some great businesses down here with us. We have Vinyl Injection, who's a record shop next to us. We also have Dana's Pour Expression down the way, where you can do flow art. We also have C&E Cake Studios, Bookshop under the stairs. So lots of great businesses open down here at the mall. We also have the Mexican Snack Shop. So if you want to get a drink or a snack, come on by. Otherwise, we'll get started. So today's project is going to be a lot of fun. So we're working with resin. This is a newer thing for me, so it might be interesting. It might get a little fun. And so please share us out to the world. Let everybody know that we're live, and maybe others can join us. And if you're not following my page already, make sure you go over there and like and follow my page. That way we can have more crafters join us as well. And so we would love to grow our community and get bigger and bigger. All right. So again, for those of you may have just joined us, this is my mom, Janice, and she's going to be doing her own project alongside of ours.
Yeah.
All right. To get us started, we are gonna make a resin tray. So I made this resin tray using our Dixie Belle chalk paint. I got a set of 3 trays off of Amazon, and they were pretty inexpensive. I think it was like $20 for 3 trays, and they come in different sizes. So you get 3 of the different sizes. We carry decoupage papers here in our store, so we have all sorts of different ones. So I chose this paper for this particular tray, and then I layered it with a coat of resin to seal the tray. And then we finished it off with some wax. So we're going to make a tray similar to this one. All right. How's everybody doing today? Hi, Joseph. I'm glad you're watching. Thanks for joining us. Make sure everybody says hello. I want to say hello back. All right, so what I did for my tray to get us started, so you didn't have to sit and watch the boring painting of a tray, was I painted my wood tray with this color here, and it's called Buttercream, and we have it here in our store. It's Dixie Belle chalk paint in the color Buttercream. And then I chose one of our decoupage papers to go in the bottom of our tray, and so then I will lay this down and we'll seal it down, and that'll be in the bottom. And then Mom decided she is going to go au naturel with her tray, and so her tray is basically left unfinished. There's a little piece of something in here left unfinished, and then all we did was we put a coat of clear satin in the bottom. She wants to do a transfer instead of a decoupage paper, so we have this transfer here from one of our transfer sets, so she chose this one, and that will go in the bottom of her tray. So she'll be working on laying the transfer down as we're doing the decoupage paper. So, oh, hi Jadalyn. Jadalyn is watching too. Boy, we got quite the audience. I'm so glad everyone could join us today.
Hi, baby girl.
It's so exciting.
I'm a Jada.
All right. So, let's walk through really quick on how you lay down the transfer in your tray. Super easy. All you're going to need to do is cut out the piece that you want from your transfer, and then you're just going to separate the two pieces, just like that. Super, super easy. So now you have this one without the paper, and then you get to decide where you would like to lay it in the bottom of your tray.
So do I let it touch before I get it where I want it, or can I move it around?
Good question. So once you've actually laid it, it's pretty much stuck there.
So you kind of do it this way.
So you want to kind of move it around before you actually commit to dropping it in. And then once you decide exactly where you want it,
That's it right here.
okay, there you go. Now all you need to do is press down on it, gently on your hand, and just rub over it with your hand so it's good and down where you want it. Hopefully, can you see what we're doing? Or do we need to angle the camera down more? Is this good? Whoops. Hi, Miss Kay. Welcome. I'm so glad you could join us. We have a special guest today. We have Mom, or Janice, joining us.
Or Grandma.
Or Grandma, joining us. And she's doing her tray using one of our transfers. So, once you've got it down where you want it, then you can take your handy dandy little tool that comes in the packet, and then you just start rubbing it on your tray.
Is there a side that
No.
on this? Just any side? Okay.
Yep. And you just push down and rub away.
So I can't, it's pretty much I won't hurt it if the harder I push, or
No.
how hard am I supposed to push?
You can push as hard as you want. And firm pressure is the best pressure to use on this. And then once you've done the whole thing and you've rubbed it down.
So how do you know you've done the whole thing? I mean, what if you miss a spot?
Good question. So once you've done the initial rub down, then you'll want to grab one of the corners, and then you'll start lifting the plastic up. And as you lift the plastic up, if a piece of the transfer comes up, you just lay it right back down and you rub on it some more. There we go.
I might have to stand up a little bit once in a while because of
That's
my
fine.
legs.
That's fine.
If I can feel it. Okay.
So my comments are being a little silly here today. Yeah, it's Janice. Yeah. All right. So one of the steps that I need to do, that I would like to do before I actually lay this down, is I just want to give the outside and the top a good little sand to knock any of those extra little pieces off It gives you a nice smooth finish on your paint. And I'm just using a very, very fine, I think it's 150 grit sandpaper, just to give it a quick little rub. What I love about chalk paint is even if you get a little bit of a, say, an edge or something that you didn't see, is you can take the sandpaper and rub it right down and it's gone. So any little imperfection you can usually pretty easily take care of. All right, now that I got that done, now the paper that I chose is not the same size, as you can see, whoops, as the inside of my tray. So decoupage paper comes with usually a white border on it. And if you see right here, there's a little white border. And to make it look more part of the piece, I guess, is we want to remove that white border. So what we'll do, and I already kind of started this process, what we'll do is we'll lay the paper down. We'll take a paintbrush, and I think there's actually brushes that you can fill with water, which is one I need to get. And you can fill it with water, and then you just take it and you just put the water on the edge of where that white is and the picture meet. Now, what the great thing about rice paper is it lets you tear pretty easily once it's been wet. So I'll show you there. So I might be able to see where I've just drawn a straight line with the water, and now I can easily tear the edge off that paper. And so as you tear it, you see it gives you kind of that feathered edge, so it's not such a hard edge. And you just gently pull it, and it gives you that nice feathered edge. Voila! So you see how that looks much nicer than the straight edge there. And then we'll do the same thing with the top. How's it going, Mom?
I think I'm done.
Okay. We just do that, and then we just repeat the process. And so you can do this if you need to make it smaller to fit a piece. You certainly don't have to use the whole sheets. You can use the sheets in sections for different projects. Maybe you just want one of the roses or something like that. And this is how you would easily cut it out from the paper. And so I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. Anybody doing anything exciting? And tomorrow's Father's Day. Tomorrow is Father's Day.
I'm doing something exciting today.
You are? What?
I'm
putting a transfer on.
Putting a transfer on.
Okay, so there she's scraped her transfer. She's really, rubbed over it. So now twice, and so now we're just going to start lifting a corner. If you can get the edge. Let me use my little thing here.
She's still biting her fingernails.
Let me find an edge. You just have to find an edge. Okay, so as you start lifting, you see how, I don't know if you can see it, but you see there's a piece that's starting to come up as I lift it. I don't know if you can see that. So as you lift, what you want to do is you want to rub that piece down. So you just put it right back down and you rub. And then if you see that it's starting to lift, see that's lifting there, you just put it down and you just rub.
Should I go over all the edges again, maybe?
No. You just keep doing that as you go along. Now, we did seal the bottom of this, and it does make it easier. So you can certainly do this without, you need to rub some more there. You can do it without sealing it, but it makes it a little tougher to get that transfer down on your surface. I'm just challenged with the comments today. Thank you, Kendra. Tomorrow, for Father's Day, we are going over to my parents' house, and we're having a little barbecue for all the fathers in our family. So that's going to be fun. All right. You just have to keep working at it. You'll get it. Keep going. There you go. It's going. All right. So now, if you look at my tray, you see how this fits in here much nicer now? And it doesn't have those hard white edges. So we're going to put this down. And what I use for my medium of choice, now you can use Mod Podge. It'll certainly work. It does great. I find it a little too thick for me. So I like to use my my top coat. I guess I haven't told my daughter Kendra, who's on here, that tomorrow is barbecue at her grandparents' house. So she's saying she's now informed.
I haven't told either of them.
Oh, okay. Well,
We don't have a time yet set either.
You're now informed. Okay. So if you guys can share this video out to your friends and others that might like seeing this, that would be great. We're working on building our community. We really want to have a nice big community of crafters, fellow crafters, and all of those that are interested in these kinds of projects and things. We want to uplift and support each other, and you know, it's great to do that when we're all together. And yeah, so make sure you're liking and following the page and all that good stuff. All right. Anybody else doing anything for Father's Day? Any other parties happening? Okay. I have my first little bit down, so I'm going to lay this paper right inside here. And just use my hand to press it down. And hopefully, because I'm doing it in kind of a different angle, hopefully it'll be straight. Fingers crossed. All right. So you can use decoupage, Mod Podge. You can use whatever it is that you'd like to use to seal
This
down.
one just will not go down.
Just gotta press a little harder. Here, I'll help you in a second. Nope. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but there is music playing from our next door neighbor, and he is playing some great music. We also down here today have down at the bookshop, which is so cool, and I think he's going to do it every Saturday now. He is actually live painting. So he's down there creating as well, and painting a live, painting live, I guess I should say, not alive, but painting live, and it's very cool to watch and see what he comes up with. And I think he's doing kind of a two-part painting. It's a night and day painting, and I need to pull this up a little bit because I am too far from the other edge. So let me straighten this out a little bit. Okay, that's a little better. Push it back down again. Now, the thing about rice paper too is it's a little bit more forgiving than, say, a napkin or tissue paper when you need to readjust or pull it up. Because it's rice paper, it's a little sturdier, and so you're able to move it a little bit more as you're working with it. That's one of the great benefits of working with rice paper, is you're able to move it around and do all those things if you need to. So let me just try and get as much of the air bubbles out as I can. But you know what? If you end up with air bubbles, that's okay. It's really okay. All right. Okay, let's see how we're doing over here. Okay. So I've got an air bubble right there. An air bubble right there. And when you work with napkins or tissue paper, if you rub on it like this, a lot of times it will tear. And so one of the things that you can do is you can use, say, even a rubber glove. You just want to put that between you and your fingers, and you can use that as a surface. So, or even a sandwich baggie on your hand, or plastic wrap. Any of those things will be a good barrier on your hand to rub that paper down to help it so you don't rip it as you're trying to press it down into your surface. Okay, so there's what mine looks like so far. Let's see what we're doing over here. Let me take a peek. Let's see what you got going.
This is right here is where I can't do it.
Okay.
Oh, is that sticking? Oh.
Yeah. And this might be just a tad more difficult because I only put one coat down. And so I got to press a little bit harder to get it off. That's why if you get a good top coat on and put a good couple coats, it's really easy to get it off. There you go. You just have to press a little harder. You won't hurt the transfer at all if you have to press a little harder to get it to stick. It's not going to hurt it. You just press it down. There you go.
I've got it done all the way over to here.
Okay, perfect. Oh, you're doing good.
Right.
Just needed a little extra elbow grease, that's all. All right. Oh, Kendra is remodeling her kitchen, and she is doing a lot of work in her house, and so I know that she's used some of the chalk paint for that too. But she's remodeling her kitchen right now, so that's a lot of work. So now I'm just going to lay a little top coat over top of my decoupage paper to make sure it's staying. And I can't remember, Kendra, are you going to be redoing the cabinets or getting new cabinets? I didn't know if I can't remember if you're redoing or getting new. I got to figure out this comment thing because it is hard to see comments. Painting the cabinets. Yeah. Oh, that's right, Kendra. You did do your, she did do her dining room chairs. That's right. In the Dixie Belle chalk paint. So she had cloth dining room chairs. And, you know, having little kids, they drop everything on dining room chairs. And she redid her dining room chairs using the Dixie Belle chalk paint in black. And so she put the chalk paint on the cloth covers just as they were, didn't take the chairs apart or anything. And after they were dry, she used the Easy Peasy wax to soften them up and seal them. That's right, you did do that. And they turned out beautifully. And now it looks like she's going to repaint her cabinets. So that'll be pretty exciting. But you did a great job on the chairs. And she just repainted, I think, her daughter's bed, Kennedy. She's doing all sorts of makeover using Dixie Belle chalk paint in her house. And so it's pretty awesome. Okay. All right. So I got a good layer down that I want.
Can you hold this for just a second while I stand
Yep.
up? Okay.
Yeah, you need transfers. That's right, for her bed. Yeah, we had to come down to the store and pick some out for sure. Pick some out for sure. All right. As she's working on that, you got that there. As she's working through that, it's a pretty big transfer. I'm just going to dry this up real quick. So, down here in our shop, we got some new things. I think I shared them last weekend as well. And that was bling. And you can use that bling for any kind of crafts or jewelry making. Whoops. We've also got some new items out from my mom. And so she has made some new items using Hawaiian fabric. So those are pretty cool. There's some keychain wallets to hold your credit cards and things like that. Wristlets. So really some neat, fun things down here that we've just put into the shop. I hope you're having a good weekend, Kay. I just haven't seen you comment for a while. I was like, did Kay leave? Oh no. Ta-da! Oh, she has finished it. And that didn't take long at all, really. It just took a little elbow grease.
Yep. Wasn't hard at all.
How do your fingers feel?
Fine.
Good.
And they're old fingers.
I know that sometimes we get questions around, is it hard for you to use if you have arthritis or things like that?
I don't know. I don't have arthritis.
No. But usually most of the things like the clay and even the transfers are pretty easy to use. For transfers, it's really pressure. Making sure you're using enough pressure to get the transfer onto your surface. And then there's her tray with the transfer. Isn't that beautiful? That is really pretty.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Now we're going to use the resin to help protect these. So that way you can set anything you want on top of it. And if you really wanted to seal it and use it for outdoors, maybe on a patio or something like that, you would just want to put an outdoor sealer on the rest of the tray. And then it would be good to go. So there's an idea for that if you wanted to have it outside, say on a patio table or something like that. But inside, you can use either wax on the edges that aren't sealed with the resin, or you can use a top coat. All right. You're doing pretty good over there. Oh, there's my friend Kay. She is still here. Yay. Oh, see? Okay, so Kay, it does work easy. And it's not hard for people that maybe have arthritis or that kind of thing. So these are really all pretty easy products to really use. They've made them very easy to manipulate. Sorry, I need a drink. Oh, Diet Coke. Well, we're in my shop. And in my shop, there's not a lot of airflow. And so,
Oh, your fan's not on.
no, because you can't hear very well with my fan on. So it gets a little warm back here. All right. Whoa.
Whoa.
Runaway tray. There's mine so far. There's hers. All right. The next step, this is where it's going to get interesting, I think, is we're going to put resin in this. Okay. So, Kay, please make sure if I've missed a step or you have any tips. Kay has used resin a lot, and so she is, oh, there she is. She lost her audio. She's used resin a lot, and so, Kay, if you have any tips on resin, or if I'm missing a step or something, let me know. So I got this resin off of Amazon. Now, the reason I picked this resin was it was no odor and very clear. And so that's what I did this tray in. And so you can get this particular kind off of Amazon. Now, I'll say it's probably one of the more expensive, and I know there's cheaper resin out there, but I'm just getting started, and so I picked this one. All right, now this is a 2-part resin, so we have to have clear cups and stir sticks. So I got little stir stick things. Now, I am eyeballing this. I know there's people that weigh them and all of that, but this worked for me, so we're gonna try it again. Now, Mom's tray is a pretty large tray, so we're gonna put a lot of resin in there.
I've never used resin.
So resin,
This is a new one for me.
we're gonna probably have to do 2 pours for you, because I don't have a big enough cup to put them all in one. So, this is where it's gonna get fun. Now, what I do need is a timer. So, Kendra, if you could time for me when I say start, that would be great, because we need 4 minutes to stir. I think I need just a touch more in this one. Now, when you do resin, always want to make sure that you have gloves on, which I should have had my gloves on. And if you have resin that's not odor-free and all of that, you probably should make sure that you're in a very well ventilated area, or you are using a mask. That looks pretty good. Okay. So we're gonna mix these two together. Oh my gosh, hopefully they don't overflow. Ooh, I think it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close, friends. It's gonna be close. But we got it. We got it. We got it. Okay. All right. And I think we're gonna have to do 2 pours for that tray. So we'll just put one down, and then we'll put another one down, another coat down. All right. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to sit there and you want to stir. Now, hopefully. Okay, Kenner, can you start timing 4 minutes? Okay, try and stir that. If it gets too hard, let me know and we'll find another cup. All right. Yeah. Yes, food grade resin. Absolutely. Good point, Kay. If it's going to touch food, absolutely should make sure you're using a food grade resin. And always add part B. See, I'm learning all these tips. Or thicker one to part A, the thinner one. Oh, well, there you go. I think I did it backwards. We'll see how it works out. Yes, and it is best to measure. You're right. You're right. You should be measuring. Not doing it the way I'm doing it. Exactly. So you should have a little scale and weigh it out. Because if you're not exact, the two parts have to be exact. And I'm just hoping they're going to be exact. And so there is a possibility that my resin will not be fully cured. So I'm kind of living on the edge here. Looks pretty close. Okay.
Is she timing this?
Yep, Kendra is. And okay, so let me add the thicker then to the thinner. And cross your fingers and hope this all comes out pretty good. I have to tell you, I was pretty, I don't know why, but I was afraid to use resin. And so when I finally decided to use it, I was like, I don't know why I was so afraid of resin.
Well, because it can be.
It's not a scary thing. So stir, stir, stir. So now we are stirring away.
So how many more minutes, Kendra?
How much time does she have left, Kendra?
You gotta hold your old personal stuff back.
Okay. 1 minute, Mom.
Okay.
It's got to get not cloudy. So stir, stir, stir. Scrape the sides. Stir, stir, stir. So ideally what you want to see is a clear resin by the time you get done. It's cloudy when you mix the two. And so when you stir, you want to stir without bringing your stirrer up a lot. And you want to scrape the sides to make sure you're mixing. And the cloudiness should go away at the end of 4 minutes or so. Keep stirring. Keep stirring. We're going to give her 1 more minute, Kendra, because her cup was extra full. So let's give her 1 more minute. And Kay, I know I probably am doing this in too small of a cup, right? It should probably be in a bigger cup. But like I said, we're living on the edge today. We're living on the edge.
Still looks cloudy.
Let me see it. Stir mine.
Oh, when stirring it vigorously enough, maybe?
Maybe. I think I put this in the smallest cup I could find for you. Now you want to try not to get too many bubbles in there, that's for sure. But my friend Kay taught me a trick to get the bubbles out. And I have a torch today. So we're going to use the torch to get the bubbles out. So that'll be much easier.
Probably needed Kay here instead of me doing this.
Nah, it's all good. We are going to get this done. Okay, yours is just about done. And my assistant is here today, and he is helping with the store. So if you want to pop your head in, you can say hello. My wonderful husband who helps with everything. He's amazing.
I'm just here to make sure
All right.
you can figure out how to use the torch. 'Cause it's different than your other one.
All right,
Keep
so,
on?
nope, you're done. All right. So, let me see where I'm at. I got 1 more minute. Okay, now you want to take it and pour it in there.
Just pour it.
Yep, just kind of pour it along. Yep. Yep, scrape it all out. You see, that's why if we make any, it would be easier. I know, right, Kay? It would be easier if I had a larger cup. Oh. This way, if there's any mistakes made, you know what not to do when you go to do it. Hint is to use a larger cup.
Okay.
For sure. Okay. So now you want to take your tray
Tilt it.
and tilt it around, and you can use this all, doesn't go very far.
Here, let me stand up.
Okay, I think mine is now done. My time should be up. Yep. And you can use this to heat it up.
Has to be heated up.
Well, no, it moves faster. So if you heat it up, it'll move.
It's moving.
Okay. So now I'm going to pour mine in. Then I put my stick down, so let me get another stick. So you could, put candles on these, just set them, on top for decoration. Little, different little tchotchke thingies or nicky-nacky thingies.
All your prescriptions.
Oh, okay. Is it moving?
Yeah, I think it's covering.
Oh, look at you. Go there. It's looking pretty darn good. Okay, I'm going to actually heat mine up a little bit. So I've got my heat tool. And I'm just going to heat it up a little bit so it'll help move it around. And, oh, yours looks pretty darn good.
All over.
Yeah. So the next thing, you need to use your little torch there.
Oh, this?
Yeah. And we need to make sure we can pop all the bubbles that there is. So if it covered the bottom, that's what you
I
want.
only see one bubble. One bubble.
Okay, perfect. And you just move it around and keep moving it until you get the entire bottom covered. And if you notice any kind of divots or anything, you want to kind of keep moving it. And the heat tool actually warms it up so it moves a little easier.
And also causes it to cure faster. It may also cause it to cure faster.
Yeah.
I guess there is more bubbles that
Okay.
come up.
Now, the next step is next step is to use your little torch and run it across the top. Woo. Make sure you get all the bubbles out. Now, okay. You push the button there.
Okay.
And just run it along the top, and you can see there's some little bubbles there. Can we do it? Okay. Oh, you gotta push that down first. There you go. Push the button down. There you go. Now you gotta hold it.
Oh.
You have to hold it. Push the button. See, I told you it was going to be
Okay,
interesting.
now-
Now just run it along. No, down inside there.
Here, let you do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 'cause I don't want to run it.
Okay. And now you can see it's popping all these little tiny bubbles. And that way you'll have a nice smooth surface. Okay. Let me run mine over one more time.
Mine looks really good.
Okay. All right. I don't know if you guys can see inside there, but
Probably not.
oh, let it sit for a minute and let it. Hi, Andrea. I'm glad you could join. Let it sit for a minute, and then we should probably torch it again in a second, huh? Yeah. Well, let it sit for a minute, and then we'll torch it again. All right. So that was our first craft for today. Isn't that exciting?
Is that
Our craft.
Andrea?
Yes. Yep. Andrea Lee.
Hi, Andrea.
So
Okay.
there is that.
Oh, that looks really good.
So I don't know if you can see, but there's hers with the transfer.
I'm gonna do that again.
It looks really, really good. So we'll wait a minute. Kay brought up a good point.
These
And-
could be great presents.
Yeah. Wouldn't these be great presents to give?
I would like to
For-
have one of these. I would like to receive one.
Yeah, I think that, you know, what would be really good is for like a wedding shower or a baby shower.
Or a baby shower.
Yeah. All of those would be good.
Put all our little baby stuff on, powders and stuff on a tray.
Mm-hmm.
Don't listen, Kendra.
All of those would be great gift ideas. Super easy to make. Literally got the tray off of Amazon, set of 3, decoupage papers or transfer.
Love the transfer.
Use the Dixie Belle chalk paint, whichever color you want. Resin, pour it over top, and then either wax or top coat to seal the tray all the way around. And you got yourself a great present for someone. Pretty inexpensive. And it's made with love from your heart. So that's even a bonus. It's a bonus.
Guess we're done, huh?
All right, so now that we've let it sit here for a minute, let me do another little torch.
I don't think mine needs one. It looks
Let me
pretty.
do one more torch, because you're right. I did see some extra little bubbles come up, Kay. And you might have to do this again and again. Oh,
I don't see any at all.
I don't know. There's something fell inside there. There. And you want to make sure you don't get too close. Okay. Let's do one more on yours. And see, I don't even know what I was afraid of. It's so simple. Such a simple thing. And what's even really awesome is all of our Iron Orchid Design silicone molds, you can actually use the resin in. So you can make, we have a brooch mold. You can make some pendants for jewelry. Other ones you can use and make for, you know, coasters or other things like that. So we have silicone molds that you can actually put resin in. So you can be really creative on that. All right. So these trays now have to sit for the next day or two. Whoops. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Got a little too warm. Got a little too warm. Okay. Enough of the torch. See, I told you it would get really interesting. Did anybody else see that? Did you see the little flame?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, there was a little flame that came off the top there. That means I got a little too close, a little too warm with the resin. All right. So that's our craft for today. So I'll show you next Saturday how they look after they've cured. And so if you want to hand me that, that is what we're going to do next weekend. So this is what we're going to do next weekend. And it's basically a tag piece of wood. And so I got like 6 of these through Amazon for, I think it was $9. The Iron Orchid Design mold in the olive mold. So we used that one and the center one. Then I used a transfer from one of our transfer sheets, put it in the middle, painted it with a couple of our Dixie Belle chalk paints, added some gold gilding wax, and then put a cute little bow on it. This would be really cute, like hanging in a kitchen or, you know, a living room or something like that. But that's going to be the fun project for next weekend. So, looking forward to that. We did use dark wax on this as well to give it kind of that vintage old look. So that's what you see on the edges. So what do you think about that for next weekend?
Sounds good to me. I really like this
Kendra,
project.
you're so funny. Yes,
I
I
really-
did catch it on fire a little, just a little bit though, and it went right out. It's all good. Everything's good. Everything's
is-
fine.
This is really, really fun, and I will do it again.
Yay!
So,
Perfect.
everybody should try it. It's super fun, and it's really, really pretty. I'm really happy.
Think she's pretty amazed.
Yeah, and I've never done this before, and it's really
Yeah?
it's easy and very, very cool. I think I have some ideas on. Jade, do you want something out of here?
Now she's gonna make everybody presents. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Kay, did you see that I caught a little flame here? I hope you didn't see that.
Well, don't admit to it then.
I know. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. We will be on next Saturday at 4 p.m. as well. And we'll have some fun with molds and paint as well. And then you'll see our finished products from today. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Don't forget, please like and follow our page. Share it out to your friends. And come down and visit us in the Town Square Mall. Lots of great things happening. Our shop is open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 10 to 6, and Sunday, 10 to 5. So we would love to see you. Come on down and have a great rest of your weekend. I hope, yes, Kay. I shake my head at my own self. Anyways, all right, you guys have a great weekend.
Bye, Kay.
Bye. Bye, everyone.